Hi guys, it's me Faye here at Faye Dusk, and I am in the temple and I'm filming another video for my Exploring My Inner Fae series, and in this video I would like to talk about spiritual slumps. Now, spiritual slumps is something that everyone on their spiritual path goes through at different points and can be numerous times during your life. And a slump in a spiritual sense, which is a slump the same as a normal slump, can be the most beneficial, is what needs to happen because it is beneficial for you, which it doesn't feel like at the time. But after you've been through the slump and after you've come out the other side, you feel so much more positive and, I don't know, and you've learnt the lessons that you need to learn. Or that's how I like to look at it in a positive way, the sort of glass half full sort of thing. For me, personally, spiritual slumps, what happens when I have a spiritual slump is I'll be having a really good time, I'll be feeling really positive and really energetic and really witchy, and then bam, like in the middle, in a random day or random week, I'll just be feeling absolute crap. And I'll just be feeling really down, I'll be feeling really uninspired, and I'll just be feeling really like not witchy and rubbish, basically. And usually I find that I usually end up feeling like this when everything gets on top of me. I feel like I'll be really busy, like with work and things like that, and I'll be trying to fit in like YouTube and my spiritual practice and things like that, and usually where the scales are balanced, it will start to tip. So, my spiritual, like my work and my mundane life will start to tip that way, will start to throw off the balance, and I'll just be feeling, and I'll feel off, basically inside I feel off balance, because I feel like I'm not nourishing my spiritual side, and that's what makes me feel really rubbish. And then it has like an impact, because when I do rituals and stuff like that, they just don't work, because I'm just not in the right frame of mind. And that's because I've let the balance slip. I know quite a lot of you probably can empathise with me, because you've obviously got really busy lives. I don't know, whether with children or families or work or both or whatever. And obviously, like, it is hard, like in everyday life. Like, I would love in an ideal world, like, not to work and YouTube and my spiritual life and being a witch and whatever to be my life, to be my work. But in this day and age, not many people can afford to. I know I can't. I've got bills to pay and I have to have a job, and it's not what I want to do, but it's what pays the bills at the moment. And I still make time, and I have to make time for my spiritual life. Otherwise I just don't feel like myself, and my spiritual life is such a big part of myself. If I don't make time for it, even though I am busy and tired, I'm just not myself, basically. And I found what works for me personally, and it might not work for you, is I find creating lists really, really helps me to get that balance back. And I have a planning calendar, which I've said in previous videos before, and I write to-do lists in there. It has a monthly view and it has like a day-to-day view. And of the day-to-day views, I have a key in the front where I have different coloured pens, and I write in my different coloured pens. I write my different coloured pens. So for example, like my red pen will be things for like YouTube, and my purple one will be my witchy stuff, and I'll have ones for friends and DIY projects and all sorts of stuff, finance and everything. And for my days off or for any time, I literally sit down at least once a week with my planning calendar, and I write out. I have my work rota as well, so I write in the times I'm working, and then literally I plan around my work. I write down things I need to do. So if I need to record a video like this video, I planned it into my schedule. Or if I need to do a spell, I'll plan it in. Or if I need to do this or that, or I need to buy something, I plan it in. And for me personally, having lists and having planned, even though I don't have as much time as I'd like to spend on my spiritual practice, by having a list, I feel like my balance is restored. I feel in control. I feel like that am making an effort and that I am fitting my spiritual life into my life, basically, and I'm making enough time for it. So that's how I regain balance and sort of overcome my slumps. But another way that I overcome my slumps is that I let myself just have the slump. Instead of beating myself up about it, about not doing this and not feeling spiritual and literally just feeling burnt out. Sometimes I do just feel burnt out. And those of you who make YouTube videos as well, especially, and have like busy things going on in their lives, will understand that YouTube is amazing and I really, really enjoy making videos. But it is tiring and it is a lot of work does go into it. And I never realised when I was watching videos until I started making my own how much work goes into it. Especially when you plan and you have to plan what you want to do, and even just the recording the videos, like it can be sometimes really draining. And sometimes there'll be weeks when I really, really just, I'll have a list of videos I need to film and I really, really just do not feel in the mood to record a video. And instead of beating myself up, I just don't, because sometimes I just burn out. So I try and record loads of videos at once. And what I've started to do is, I know what Harmony's done, and she gave me the inspiration to do it, is I record my videos and I put them all up on a schedule on YouTube, which is quite cool that you can do that. So they're private and you choose the day and the time that you want them to go live, basically. So I do that. So I have all my videos scheduled, so I know if life comes in the way, I get busy, or even if I'm having a spiritual slump, I know that it's not affecting my channel, because I know my videos are still going to be up and ready, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know really. I mean, my tips for getting through slumps are probably, I don't know, they probably might not be helpful to you. I hope they are. But, I mean, everyone has different ways of coping, but the one thing I would say is not to beat yourself up. If you're going through, like, a hard time, you're having a slump and you're just, spiritually, you're just feeling either drained, or you're just not feeling inspired, or you just don't feel like it, is fine. Just because you don't feel like doing a spell or a ritual, or doesn't make you any less of a witch. Or, like, if you've not written up whatever in your book of shadows, doesn't mean that you're letting your practice down. It just means that you're listening to your body and you're just taking the time to relax and just to not do anything, just to recharge your batteries. And it is really important to recharge your batteries. Everyone needs to. And sometimes, even though your spiritual life is really important, it is obviously, on a whole, it's linked into everything about you and your being. Sometimes it's important that you need to recharge your batteries, and sometimes that might not be doing meditations or doing spiritual things. Sometimes recharging your batteries may just be sitting in front of a TV watching something crap and eating junk food, or just reading a really good fiction book, or going to see your friends, or going to a movie. Or it might not be like, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro and doing meditations in the lotus position. Like, for some people that is what gets them through their spiritual slumps and how they recharge their batteries. But I know, like, for me and for other people, that isn't how they get through and how they recharge their batteries. And if that isn't for you, that's right. There's nothing wrong with it. For me, when I need to recharge my batteries when I'm going through a spiritual slump, for me it is reading a really good romance novel, or I don't know, having cuddles with James, or seeing my friends, or doing stuff with my mom, or just, like, I don't know, even just, like, going on the internet and buying myself something, like, or getting my eyebrows waxed, like, anything, just, like, I don't know, just recharging your batteries is just basically, you just need to listen to your body and what's right for you, what's actually right for you, not what you think should be right for you, if that makes sense. So it's all about listening to your inner voice and your intuition and your inner goddess. And I will leave it there because I'm rambling once again, but I hope this video has been helpful. And I've decided for each video in this series I am actually going to be doing a blog post as well, so because I know I can ramble and go off on a tangent, so I just thought it would be nice and concise to have it down in a blog post. And that was one of my New Year's intentions, was to start using my blog and writing blog posts. So I'm going to be doing a blog post for this video as well. And the link to my blog is in the description bar, but the link to my actual, the link to my blog post, I'll put the actual link to the blog post for this post, will actually be below, and I'll have some tips and tricks and all sorts. But it would be really cool if you could comment on spiritual slumps, like what they mean to you, and if you find them beneficial in the long run, and any sort of like hints and tips and things that you have to get through them. I mean, you never know, you may inspire someone else, like with your tips or whatever, and I hope that I've inspired you, and thanks so much for watching, it means a lot, and I'll see you in my next video. Blessed be!